Hey guys, Thinking Master 51 here, or 1911 Man, here to do a review. Right now, what you see in front of you is the KJW Glock 23 40 caliber pistol and the HFC G26, unfortunately full plastic, custom stippled by yours truly. Now today I'm going to be comparing these two pistols, real steel and airsoft. Really no other way of saying that. So really, right now, let's get into this review. Now, in real life, like I've said, this pistol shoots the 40 caliber round, 40 Smith & Wesson. This is actually a chopped 10mm, that's what the 40 is. This is a 9mm, this is the Glock 26. It is obvious, this is the compact version of what otherwise is known as the full size. Each one of these pistols is half an inch shorter than the last. So this is half an inch shorter than its bigger brother, this is half an inch shorter than this. And then the Glock 34, I'm not quite certain on the specs of, but I'm pretty sure it's just a extended slide. No difference to the frame whatsoever. Unfortunately, I do not have a full-size Glock here today. I'm sorry. This is all I currently have as a Glock series of pistols. Now, I'm going to start off by saying I really love Glocks, period. Now, I love them just because when I pick one up, they're very, very comfortable. They have really low set. The slide is really close to my hand when I'm holding out and I'm ready to shoot. The sights are really low down, really nice for accuracy. Now, unlike the SIG, it is the SIG, which I do not like all that much. The SIG has higher set sights. I'm not bashing the SIG, just not my preference. I know they're very, very high quality pistols. Now, I think I'm going to do the review, or the comparison at the end of the video. So I'm just going to take this little buddy over here out. And that is just so that you guys can see these are safety checks, no round in the chamber. I'm going to dry fire, which I do not recommend doing on a real firearm. Put that away. These are just the magazines I have for it. And we are left with the KJW Glock 23. Now, unlike some of my other colleagues reviewing on YouTube, they have incorrectly stated, and I believe I might have misspoken as well, these are actual Glock trademarks. Well, I can say that in back is. This is not. But the trades on here are very nice. They are filled in. They obviously, some people do not like that. I do. Now this in the real world is a striker fired pistol. There's no exterior hammer whatsoever. Let me just drop this slide. This is a safety checked weapon, as I've previously stated. No rounds are in this. No rounds in the magazine. This is a very safe pistol right now. Lower that up. Now this is a polymer frame. This is also I believe an aluminum slide. It's very, very nice. Some people like to compare these to WEs, and you know what? I'm going to have to agree. This feels a lot better than your standard WE pistol. Now, this is not a 1911 in WE. Does not produce any Glock series weapons. It seems that only KJW does in metal. That is not a Chinese company or Japanese. Now, this pistol is, like I've stated, the compact series. KJW does not produce a full size. Compact meaning it's not the full-size frame, but it still is big enough to be called big enough to fit in your hand. Now you can see there's a bit of an overlap. My hands are a tiny bit big. I mean, they're not abnormally big, they're not abnormally small. Now I have found this pistol to be very, very accurate. On the topic of accuracy, I did notice, I believe this is with each other, but I did happen to notice when I got this pistol, and the guy that sold it to me did state that every few thousand rounds, or a few hundred rounds, you might want to clean out your barrel. And you know what? I didn't listen. And I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. That is because the BB, with all the grime and nastiness, cannot make proper contact with the barrel, and it goes off in really bad directions. So what I did is I took a rag or a paper towel, I rolled it up, and I put it through the end of the barrel, rubbed it through here, or not the slide, but the actual barrel itself. Now what I also did is I completely re-lubed the pistol because I was having problems cycling completely. It had come to my attention that after taking apart this weapon a few times and cleaning it without lubing it, now I did this intentionally just to put this out there, I did this intentionally to stress test the weapon, see how well it would do. And you know what? It did phenomenally. I had not cleaned it in a little over 4 weeks, and it was still operating flawlessly, which I was actually quite surprised with. Now this is a very, very, very accurate replica of the real steel counterpart, and you might have noticed I've taken out the orange barrel. It did actually not take it out. Let me take this out for a little bit. I did not take it out. In fact, I just cut it off. I think it looks nice. The outer barrel is lubed up. I do lube up everything just as if it were real steel. This is how I lube up all pistols. So, I mean, you know, practice makes perfect. That this barrel does raise like on the real steel. Now, going on to field stripping it, what you do is you take these two knobs, or these two levers, which is actually a singular piece, traveling to the inside of the pistol, pushing down, and releasing the slide tension. Taking it, sliding it right off. There you go. Take this, put this on the side. Now you can see the innards of this pistol. And there is that singular piece I was referring to earlier. Your takedown lever is one singular slab of metal. And due to the law in Japan, all of the airsoft pistols have to have a mechanical safety, which is this piece right here. Although some of you might notice this is not from Japan. This is in fact from KJ Works, Kunjan Works, which is actually in Taiwan. But this is a direct clone of their Glock series pistols. Although they do not manufacture a compact or mid-size Glock, which is where KJW came in. Now coming back to the accuracy on this pistol, it's compact, it's great sized, and I would definitely recommend it to any buyer. Now saying this, I do have to point out that the slide catch is rather jagged. Now saying that, I am an ambidextrous shooter, so I have the luxury of changing hands. But for those who are left-handed, I do recommend maybe getting a lower profile slide release or grinding this one down. Now that might be bad, or you could just sand down the sides. Now the slide lock is not very lefty friendly. It is very minimalistic. As you can see, it's pretty much flat. It is very, very small. Now there are these nice little divots or indentations in the slide for your thumb, be it left-handed or right-handed shooters. It's great, great. I would like to say, on the topic of grip, there are no extensions for these magazines, so what you see is what you get. There's no extra grip per se. And now I would like to say the grip on here is very, very smooth, so you're not really going to be getting a lot of grip tension on here. So I mean, When it gets slippery, it's slippery. I do recommend stippling. It's a great method of getting grip tension. If you guys don't feel like doing it, I am open for contracts for stippling Glocks. I can do it any which way you see fit. I've stippled this in my own custom. It took me maybe 2 hours to do, if not 3. If you guys are interested, do PM me, and we will discuss a price. That would be greatly appreciated. Trying to get some money to go to college here. The finish on this gun is relatively okay. It's a bit civilian for my tastes. It's kind of shiny, you know, but that's okay. You might be able to notice that. Plastic on the lower body is decent quality. It's not horribly Chinese, but it's not what I like to call mag pulley. Now, what I mean by mag pulley, as I previously stated, is the quality on the plastic or the carbon fiber that they have used for the grips and the AFGs that Magpul produces. I've seen similar quality in WE's G39C, which I have previously owned, but traded in for this because this thing rocks. Now, some of you might think, why would you be comparing a accessory company to a pistol? Well, because I'm not comparing it to the pistol, I'm comparing it to the quality of the plastic. There is a rail on here for lights, but there is only one notch, so I'm pretty sure there's only a few kinds of lights you can use on this. Now, in conclusion, I found this pistol to be extremely, extremely reliable. As long as it's kept up like any sidearm, I believe it will perform and do very, very well in the field. It is very, very comfortable pistol. It's very accurate. It has a mechanical safety, so for your safety nuts that think Glocks don't. In the airsoft world, we do. I'm not going to go run through the Glock history as I did in my previous video. I really, really, really like this pistol. It has become my new sidearm, although I'm a 1911 person. There will be a review of my KJW 1911 coming up. It is a custom by yours truly, Bishops.airsoft.armory. And I will put a link up to my email, Bishops.airsoft.armory@gmail.com. If you guys are in fact interested in stippling jobs like this, I will put pictures up. If you request, I can send you pictures of the job I have done on this Glock. And if you guys are interested, I would be happy to talk to you and discuss a price. Thank you so much for watching Bishop's Airsoft Armory review of the KJW Glock 23.